Hello, everyone. Welcome to another marvelous Monday on JewCee Tales Erotic Chat. Woo! Yes. We are back live tonight. We got Miss Siren trying to get a bite to eat before we go on the air. Poor thing.
No poor thing. Oh, I'm good. Trust me. I'm in day 10.
Okay.
I'm down over 10 pounds.
All right now. Go on,
I'm
girl.
good.
Go on now.
And I got more energy too.
Oh, Jesus.
I do.
There goes the room. I knew she was energetic ahead of time. We got somebody checking in. Hey, ladies. Hey, okay. I got him on Instagram. Y'all will let us know where you're from and who's checking in. We'd love to say hello to you personally. Hello, Lorenzo. I am going to be calling you this week. I've got some time. Woo-wee. Carving out time has been a problem.
Hey, Urban.
Hey,
Urban. Hello, Queen. Hello. Mwah. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everyone. Come on in. Tell a friend. Yes. We got a hot topic for y'all tonight. Yes, we do. And we got some great announcements. too. Okay.
She's in Vegas this week.
Go. Saw some pictures. I thought I saw some pictures of you. Not sure if you guys were traveling, so on Twitter, Lorenzo. I'm not sure if y'all were traveling. I just saw a couple of pictures. It has just been a crazy weekend, so I'm gonna try to catch up eventually. I have to. Hey, Blue Ivy. Hello.
Hey, Blue.
We got our porn music, y'all.
Hey, Jada.
You know what? You calling it porn music is not helping, okay?
Hey, what? Get into it. What? Why not?
Honestly, I think it's a little better. I think it's a little better than porn. It's not quite.
I kind of like it better than what I'm used to hearing in porn. But this is this is pretty.
Wow, you hear the guitar all the time in the porn. Tell me I haven't watched it. I think I just told on myself. Damn it.
Just a little bit.
Bitch. Wah, wah. Got the guitar. Wah, wah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh my Lord. I have to tell y'all my story. One time having some friends over to the house and we're all watching porn, okay? It was hilarious. We had so much fun.
Well, we watched cartoon porn. One year.
You know what? We
didn't necessarily know it when we pressed play on that bad boy.
Exactly.
Girl, sausage party.
We were unawares.
We did not know, and we were not ready. We were all sitting there with our mouths open like, what the fuck are we actually watching right now?
And we were all quiet.
Man, we really was.
The taco and the hot dog and the bun.
Man, the hot dog and the bun and the... Man, it was a lot.
Sausage party. Everybody get it. Make sure you're a little high and you've been drinking and you had some really good food and watch it with friends. Okay.
I mean,
10 years later, we're still talking about sausage party.
Man. Wow.
That definitely was something else. That was hilarious. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started and leave sausage party alone.
Oh,
It was good.
Y'all
It
are
was,
special.
yes.
it was,
Very special evening. It was a special evening.
it really was. We had so much fun, but we had absolutely no idea what we were about to watch.
Not at all.
Nothing, no clue. That is, I will say this: do not take your children to see no sausage party. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't know why anybody thought they could when. Never mind.
Okay, so like we think like Seth Rogen, we kind of automatically assume, yes, this is not for kids, right? I don't think that a lot of people could really put their head around the fact that it was a cartoon for adults. And when
Most cartoons, if you look at them in reality, were made for adults.
Made by adults too. So let's be real. Like Tom and Jerry, we should have never been watching that shit. It is what it is. But
Tom and Jerry.
Wait a minute.
Yogi
Popeye.
Bear.
Like it's but we were like when they were doing the advertisement for it, it was like all you really saw was that it was at a grocery store, and it's like
yeah,
it was my first clue that it wasn't for kids because they couldn't play a trailer on the TV that made it appropriate.
See. Which is why they did what they did with what they actually did put on TV, and that was it was very deceiving.
Vague.
It was very deceiving because when we turned that bad boy on,
when you're high, drunk, and have had great food, go continue.
And with great people too.
JewCee must have cooked.
Yes, she sure did. Yes, she sure did.
I don't know how many people did we sit in the bed with me. I mean,
we were like all got in her bed for real. We were like all in her bed with
like
her.
Different areas.
At least 5 of us were in the bed with her. At least 5 of us was in the bed.
At the apartment in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was cool. And we turned that bad boy and everybody was, what the fuck? Every now and again, somebody, what the fuck? What?
To be a fly on that wall.
It was a bunch of people with their mouths
open.
Like, what the entire fuck?
I mean, I went to the movie theaters to see it, so I understand. But
I didn't know. I had never even intended on seeing it.
Yes, my food is
JewCee
good.
Food is amazing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
I just
did my favorite.
I celebrated 60 years on the planet. I had a great Mardi Gras birthday party. And I cooked all the food and I was drunk. I don't remember much after that. I think everybody said the food was great. They were trying to just get me to eat and sober up. But, anyway, I had put my foot in that food. So I made sure everybody had good food because I know my family.
It was great.
I know my family. Everybody's talking about, you should have the
cater. We don't like nobody else's food.
Right.
We pick.
It's going to be indignant.
It's almost as though if JewCee is going to be near you, you must have her cooking. She must cook.
So it was good.
I wish I could cook like her. To grow up and be her in the kitchen would be amazing.
Well, thank you guys. I love cooking. I do. I do love to cook. I like to cook.
Taste it.
And I cook from scratch. I don't cook.
Taste it. You taste the love.
Yeah. It's very important.
And we love that you love cooking. Because, baby.
I don't.
You don't.
I don't like cooking. I can cook very well. I don't like to do it, but I love
I can cook great. Yeah. I just don't like it. I don't like being in the kitchen at all.
No, me neither.
I love to cook.
I wish sometimes that Cardi B line could go for me, but it don't. Because I cook and clean. I just hate doing the shit.
I do both of them. I don't like doing either one of them. And if I have the choice to do it
Yeah.
or not to do it,
I'm
I'm
trying to
gonna
be like
do it.
her when I grow up. She don't cook, she don't clean, but she damn sure got a ring. Let me figure out. Okay. Let me figure it out.
Y'all are silly. All I know is the way I was raised is the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So there you go.
Shit, the weight of my heart is through my stomach. Shit, feed me, damn it.
Fuck
Shoot,
that.
feed me
The
some
way to
good
his heart
food.
is through his
Good
penis, and
food,
I'm
and you
sticking to
cooked
it.
it?
Yeah, it was good. We had so much fun. This next time I'm in town for a photo shoot, I need to stop by for a meal.
Yeah. Shit.
Another person said, "Damn Skippy." Who is that said, "Damn Skippy"? I need to know who that is
Right,
because
who
I
is
don't feel like
that?
going in my phone.
We gotta figure that out.
But
So,
like I said, y'all might have been raised that it was through his stomach. I was raised that way, but I am bound and determined to prove that it is through his penis.
hey,
Just saying.
Sheree! That's
Sister.
another one that can cook. Hey, sissy.
Hey, sis.
Yeah.
I am damned and determined to figure out how to prove that it's actually through his penis. And until I figure that out,
I don't know what it is. I never knew what it was. It was never taught to me. So
Well,
I never knew
my
what it
first
was.
2 husbands gained 10 pounds within 30 days. So fattening them up for the kill. So, and then there's
Okay.
here I am single as fuck. God damn it.
Yeah. That's how I caught both of them cooking. I have to look, and y'all can go too. But anyway, on a heavier note, yay. So everybody
Are we going to
knows.
talk about EEE first, or we're going to talk about the topic?
Yes, we are. We're going to give a real quick update on where we are with EEE. We need y'all to get your tickets. That's where we are. We need tickets. We've got our lineup. Now we need all of y'all. Okay, all of y'all. Come on, get your tickets. So we have a big announcement tomorrow. I was going to do it tonight, but I realized that tomorrow is the 1st of August. So on the 1st, we're going to make an announcement about a way for you to get your tickets in a different way. Okay, I think that's a good way to put it. And we're going to be doing this every week, and we're going to be making the announcements here on the show. So, should I just tell them? Should I just tell them that this is?
Let's wait till tomorrow. We can do a live tomorrow.
You think so? Okay. We're just
yeah.
I was gonna tell y'all know I tell everything, but my counterpart said I can't.
We can do a live tomorrow.
Okay, we'll do a live tomorrow and tell you how you can get your tickets in a fun way. Because we want you in the house. We do. Look, it's not about us. It really isn't. It's about all of you coming out and having a wonderful time at an event that is packed full of all kinds of stuff to do. All kinds.
Glory holes. Like, let that ring in your ears for a little bit and tell me, do you want to be there? We got more.
Fuck that. 16 classes.
All included in your tickets, plus food. All included.
And the erotic
food.
In
a dungeon.
And
I'm just saying.
I was just about to say that again. What is it?
Food, 16 classes,
dungeon.
A glory hole, all of your food, and a dungeon. Baby, come on now.
What more do you want?
In a secret location. And
have you seen the lineup of featured guests?
The lineup. Did she say the lineup?
I'm just saying.
Have you seen the lineup?
First of all, you know what though? When it comes to the lineup, I need people to understand there's never been a lineup like this at any event in the Midwest.
Honey,
we got them all in one place.
I was
We
just
got
about
them
to say
all in one place.
it's never been. This is the first, and this is our second time doing it.
And we're excited, and we need you all to just get your tickets.
And then
We
just on top of that, you know what the icing on top of all of that is? The sexy ladies of the Erotic 7 are hosting.
and we gonna be in rare form.
Baby,
Rare fucking
baby,
form.
when I tell you,
Oh my gosh.
us 7 sexy ass ladies are going to be in the building, making sure you have the best experience of your life. I'm not playing. This is going to be the best weekend ever. Not to mention, it's my birthday weekend, but I don't even care about my birthday because I care about y'all. Like, my focus is on making sure that this event is the event of all events. And then I'll turn 40 at midnight. Like, I need y'all to understand.
we
Like,
gonna send it up for her.
We're gonna make sure she gets a nice vlogging and
Yes.
things along those lines.
Did you see the
I need
smile that just
somebody there
appeared on
that's
her
gonna be there
face?
for me.
Did you
Huh?
see the smile that appeared on her face when you said flogging?
I'm just feeling like maybe King Noir will be all
I
on
mean,
that ass.
that's what I want. That's
And
what I
we
want.
have Mischievous Creations there with the electric flogger. I mean, we've seen what that can do. Another viral moment, shall we?
I'm just saying.
So
Another viral
everybody, go out to Eventbrite, get your tickets. $225 for 2 days. Okay, it's not 1 day; it's 2 days. If you want Friday only tickets, we do have those available for $125. And if you would like Saturday only tickets, we do have those available for $150. So you've got some options. We're going to be announcing something exciting tomorrow to help those that are really wanting to come to this event. And we really want you there. We've got a little something for you tomorrow. So make sure that you stick and stay and you stay tuned because it's big. It's big.
Y'all
And
wanna
it's
get
for you. It's for you. It's all because look, we already gonna be there. So
right.
Definitely gonna be there.
we're already gonna be there. Building is paid for in full. So it ain't like anything's gonna get canceled. The building is paid for in full. It's 2 days,
Floors.
2 floors. Get your coins together. Get your coins together. October 27th and 28th, right here in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. So don't sleep on Cleveland. A lot of people have. This city is up and growing again, and wow, we've got so much to offer. Matter of fact, I just live down the street from a dungeon. So exciting moments coming up. But right now, let us honestly get into this topic tonight because, boy, I know that my beautiful co-hosts have this on lock tonight. So we're going to have a good time. So without further ado, let me introduce my beautiful co-host because we just started going in. We started going in.
Right. Let's get to this topic here.
But I gotta let you all know who we have in the house as my co-host. If this is your first time tuning in, I am Ms. JewCee. I am kind of like the ringleader, but not
Kinda.
really. Not really.
Kinda.
Nah. Y'all gonna
Did you say kind of? She is.
just a smidge. And then I have my beautiful melanated queens with me tonight, all the way in Indianapolis, Indiana, representing Naptown. We have Ms. Purple Rain.
Hey y'all.
And then representing sunny California.
Hot ass California. Hot ass Southern California.
Miss Siren.
Hello.
Hi, Boogie.
Who is probably going to need like a 7 alarm fire out there or something. My goodness. So We have
my
finally,
dashboard read 104.
okay, we have finally cleared the smoke here in Cleveland. It has been raining so much that, yeah. Anyway, it has helped to get rid of the smoke from Chicago. I mean, from Canada. Sorry. So yeah, pretty nasty stuff that we had going on. So without further ado, Ms. Purple Rain is going to take the lead tonight on our topic, which our topic tonight is breaking sexual soul ties. So I know my two wonderful co-hosts, this is more of your area of expertise. And I'm going to sit back and chill tonight. I'm going to throw in my 2 cents, but we're going to turn it over to Miss Purple Rain and let her get it started.
So, first I'm going to preface this by, if I go out for any reason, I will come back in, but my computer charger isn't working, and I might have to switch to my phone, but I'm going to stay on my computer as long as I can. But tonight's topic, breaking sexual soul ties. So I don't have a whole lot of quote unquote scientific psychology information for you guys tonight, because this topic is a little personal to me. It's one of those things where throughout my life, I've not until recently not figured out why when certain people come back around, why I can't shake them. Why when soon as they pop back up with I like to throw that word narcissism out there, but when they start coming back around gaslighting me, why my heart go pitter patter and my coochie go ooh wally. So I've had to figure some things out in the last 5 years of my life on how to break those soul ties, so that when those certain people that have had a chokehold on me come back around, I don't fall back into old habits, because old habits are hard to break, y'all, and y'all know that's the truth. So now, contrary to popular belief, the one way that people say you break those connections is not the way to do it. Most people always say the best way to get over an old boo is to fall under a new one. Please don't. Please don't. That makes it worse. The biggest way to break those soul ties or those connections are to completely heal yourself from that breakup or that separation, because it might not have been a bad separation, but it definitely is a separation that happened for whatever reason. So my first thing I did to heal in a recent or a big breakup was to, one, make sure I had the closure of that situation. Because it wasn't a bad breakup and we were still friends, I needed to make sure that we had the communication and we're on the same page about how we felt about each other, but how we felt about why we no longer needed to be with each other, so that there was no confusion. Once we got that established, it was easier for me to heal from the situation and then move on. Because if you're still, especially when you're dealing with situations like BDSM dynamics or swinger dynamics, where you all are going to be in the same circles for a long time. And most of my big breakups have been in the lifestyle. So I had to make sure that I could function in the same arenas with these. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that conversation at the end of the relationship, whether it be 2 to 3 weeks down the line, the next day, whatever, have those conversations. Step 2, don't have sex with them afterwards.
Oh, now she tells me.
Do not have sex with them afterwards. Because when you have that conversation with them, a lot of those feelings about how y'all really feel about each other, the care you have for each other, are going to come up. But that doesn't mean try to rekindle the flame that got the cootie cat purring in the first place. I know, right? I have been a victim of it. I have done it.
Hey, PJ.
Thirdly, and the last step that I did to heal, and I'm pretty sure my melanated sisters have other ways they've healed too. So, first was to have the conversation. Second was to restrain from sleeping with them again.
Mhm.
Thirdly, is to block them in your phone.
Oh,
You don't have to block them on social media. You don't have to block them in a sense where you where they don't completely see your life or their life. You still want to share in those experiences, because remember, at a certain point you all were friends first and you want to still be friends. But blocking them out of your phone makes it so that you're not tempted to call them. You're not tempted to text them. You're not tempted to say, "Hey, big head, I miss you." Because you need some good loving, and you know if you go back to an old boo, he know what your body need.
Now that one right there, I think you kind of hit that one. That one kind of hurt.
I'm a victim of my
That one kind
own.
of hurt.
I've done it because I don't like adding to my body count.
It's not about a body count for me. It's really everybody ain't worthy. Shit.
That part, but at the same, like that's what I'm saying though. For me, I've always used the excuse, I don't want to add to my body count, and I know he knows my body, so I'm gonna go play with him. No, y'all stop playing with each other. Y'all stop dealing with each other for a reason. Don't go back. So delete their contacts, and I don't even block them necessarily, but delete the contact. If there is not a reason for them to be a contact in your phone anymore, and y'all are just going to be associates and passing and being cordial, delete the contact. Block them if you need to. Do whatever it is you have to do to keep them to make them out of sight, out of mind. Because if not, you tend to run back. And then you run right back into the same heartache that you ran into before. For whatever reason it is. So those are my 3 key things on breaking soul ties. What y'all think?
As far as those 3, you said what's the first one?
Have the conversation.
I agree with that. I like that. That because I'm a
A
person that's
closure
about,
conversation. It's a closure conversation.
it's about communicating, and honestly, well, that could have. I feel like that could go either way, because if you didn't have communication in the beginning and during the relationship, that's not gonna quite
But even if it's
fly.
just you getting out what you need to say, because sometimes that conversation is not going to go well, but you have to still get your feelings out. You have to get it put on the table.
Well, I kind of feel like there's another way to do that. If having the conversation with the person is not going to happen because that other person just doesn't know how to communicate, is emotionally unintelligent or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you have somebody like that, you're not necessarily going to be able to have that conversation with that person.
Correct.
So, for me, in my personal opinion, something like journaling that shit, typing that shit out, or whatever. Because if you have to have a conversation with somebody in order to have some kind of closure, then you might be just
And you're right. That
holding
conversation
on to that
doesn't
is
have
not
to
going to
be
serve you.
that conversation doesn't have to be a back and forth. Like you said, write it in a journal, type it out, something like that. Write them a letter, even if you don't send it. Get your feelings out, I think is what I'm
Yes,
really getting at.
yes.
Getting those feelings out, even if it's a one-sided conversation, have that conversation with yourself. Because sometimes closure needs to be self-closure.
And a lot of the times when we're looking
Hey,
at a
yeah, yeah.
relationship, 9 times we're looking at our view of the relationship.
Correct.
So we're not necessarily looking from the other person's perspective, because we don't necessarily know, even though we think we know, because I done been with them for this long or her for that long, and I know them. I know what they think. I know what they're gonna do. No, you really don't.
You really don't.
At the core of somebody, when they're in their fight or flight or freeze mode, you don't really know.
And I know that for a fact because it wasn't necessarily a closure conversation, but I did finally have a conversation with a past partner and finally let them understand how I felt, and they let me know how they felt. Now, I broke my own rule because we had sex afterwards.
Now
But
that was the second part, right?
Yes. But in my defense, oh, Jesus. Hold on.
With the second one being not to have sex, I don't think that would be a problem for me. And
Well, can y'all see me or hear me?
yes,
Both.
we can see you.
I got you. I was
Okay.
quick.
Yep, she
My
really was.
phone is doing something. So what I was saying though was, in my defense with that, my defense, I had sex with him because I realized in our closure conversation that I wasn't done, and that we ended things in a rush, and that I wasn't ready to end things yet.
So do you feel that after you had, I don't know,
I
do
felt
you,
like I ended things abruptly, and I never gave him the chance to tell me his side and his feelings. I ended things because of how I felt, and because of what I thought, and because of my feelings, and because of my I never gave him a chance.
got it. Got it. And
I
it's
kept
I'm with
comparing him. I kept comparing him to everybody else that had hurt me, and never gave him a chance to prove to me that he was different.
and here's the thing. A lot of people do that. It's not just you. A lot of people, we bring baggage. If everybody knows, Erica Badu's song about, bag lady and bag man, uh,
Hmm.
we have baggage. If you're an adult and you've had past relationships, and maybe they didn't go exactly the way you wanted them to, or they didn't go as planned, or whatever the case may be. We have a tendency to not have that closure. And there's a lot of open sores and a lot of people out there that are walking around without the closure, that you're talking about, which maybe they can't speak to the person any longer. Maybe they don't want to speak to the person any longer. There's a lot of lingering open wounds, uh,
Correct.
for lack of a better term, with a lot of folks. And we tend to get into relationships once we get out of one. Like you said, we don't take the time to heal. So hurt people,
Correct.
whether they realize it, whether it's intentional, whether it's not intentional. They haven't given themselves that time. And not only do you need to heal, but you need to accept your own apology. You need to be able to say, okay, I got into this too fast, or I got into this too slow, or, we've talked about it before. I saw the red flags and I ran right to them instead, instead of,
Instead
you know,
of seeing the flags and being like, okay, yeah, no.
no, I can fix him.
Mhm.
I can fix her. I
Thinking
can.
we can fix each other, thinking that the person that it's you're assuming that they know you and are going to do the things that you want them to do, and then when they don't do what you want them to do, you're mad, and then you have this reaction, and then you do exactly what she said, which is you have a reaction and move too fast, which is what I hear you saying, correct?
I don't know.
Me?
Yeah,
Yes.
Jasmine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing of it is that, we don't give our nobody teaches you how to break up.
That is true.
We're taught about how to get into a relationship, supposedly. you know
Shit.
we're told what you're supposed to do, X, Y, and Z, and blah blah blah, and yada yada yada. And then everything is going to just be woo, wonderful. And then when it's not, we're set up for failure already, because we think everything is going to be, ice cream cones and puppy dogs and little kittens running around, and you know
XO,
right.
XO, XO.
Right, and as Siren has said so many times, we see you from across the room,
Ah,
and the first time, and you haven't even spoke to us yet, and
we done married you.
we're
We done.
married.
What did we do? We done said hello, found out your name, dated you, got engaged, met your parents, got married, had kids, and then got divorced.
Well, not me. I usually don't get to that point till they break my whole entire back end. And then I'm just like, okay, I can't let this go.
Now, I'm not one of them women either, but there are a lot of women that
There
actually
are.
do that. You done
It
played
takes till I
so
get
good
to
with
the
everything,
sex.
you don't even know the man's name. You
Yeah.
don't know.
I get to
You
the
don't know
sex
if
and
his
lose my
breath.
damn mind.
You don't know if his breath stink. You don't know if he sound like Miss Piggy or something. You
And
don't
those
know
are all
nothing.
things that people are willing to take because they saw that man and he was fine as all get out and they wanted him.
Sorry, can't. Nah.
And we don't take, once again, we've talked about this, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Relationships are not like instant grits, guys. It's not just add
It
water.
takes work.
It takes work, and it takes work on both sides. Whatever type of a relationship you're in, all parties have to be fully involved in making the relationship work. If it's one-sided, it's not going to work. You all have to take ownership in your happiness, in your togetherness, um, and the good times, the bad times, the ugly times, the in-between times. You have to be present and available to deal with those things, and it doesn't mean being confrontational. It doesn't mean screaming and hollering and yelling and berating your partner. Sometimes it's just, misunderstandings happen because we don't all think of things the same way. We weren't all raised the same way. We weren't all of us shown love and affection
The same way.
the same way. Some men don't know how to really love a woman. They do know how to provide for her as far as house, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. But the actual affection and intimacy isn't always there because they're so busy and so occupied with, I gotta pay the bills, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. I can't be soft. I can't show my a weakness. I can't cry. I can't be sad. I can't laugh at a joke. A lot of us put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be something that we are not, just to appease the masses.
Or it's that we saw something, we saw an idea of what we think, or we're told that this is what it's supposed to look like, and we spend our lives trying to look like what one person says it's supposed to look like, and then we are trying to look like them when we're not them. I always say life is not one size fits all. So you have to do what's best for you. And you also have to be able to leave space for someone else to have to do the same thing for them. Okay. Okay.
She's Jasmine. Are you locking up?
I'm here, but my camera won't turn back on.
Okay, get out and come
Can
back
y'all
in.
hear me?
Get out and come back in.
We can hear you,
Okay.
but we can't
This
see
is
you.
yeah. Oh nope, there we go. Hold on. It just unmarked. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna try and come out and come back in.
Okay. So it's real
Nope.
important
Did it
that
just do it?
no.
No.
Plus, we're getting the feedback.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny how we all know how things are we or how things we think are supposed to go when honestly we don't have a clue sometimes. And we're going off of what somebody else has said, this is how a relationship is supposed to be, and then we have problems when our relationship is definitely different than what we were told. I think that is also plays a part in our relationships not working. But I think the other part of it is, and I know Siren, you can speak a little bit more on this, is that is the, you're trying to, we're talking about breaking the ties, and we know that a sexual relationship is energy. And sometimes that energy is so powerful. There's
Yeah, the energy can be powerful. The thing is, it's everything, and the crazy part about it is I keep coming back to this one thing. Everything is about the way you think and love yourself. The way you think about yourself, the way you love on yourself, the way you feel about yourself. If you don't feel lovable or you don't love yourself, you're going to do all of the things that we're and have what exactly what we're talking about. Because now you're expecting something from someone else that you're supposed to be looking for within yourself.
okay.
When you can do that, then you can actually love that person because you now know, all right, I love myself. If they say love your neighbor as though you love yourself. So if you don't love yourself, how are you supposed to love anybody else? If you don't find value within yourself or within your body, you don't know who and what you are within because you're so busy trying to find that within someone else, you're
Mhm.
going to get that kind of tie because that tie is you relying on someone else outside of you to give you what you're looking for. That's what that hold is. I'm looking for. I'm holding on to this person because they make me feel this. And sex is something absolutely fucking wonderful, especially when it's good. It's like it's
And you can
and
see you can see the stars, the moon, everything aligns, the planets, the earth moves.
oh, all of that,
Oh,
all of that. Yes, it's very overwhelming. It's like, oh my god. But the thing is that you have to remember that that is coming from you too. It's not just the other person giving it to you. It's coming from you too. And when you remember that it's coming from you too, you're not so reliant on that other person to give you that feeling, thus no longer needing the use or the need to hold on to it.
and I think the other part of that too is, um, and we've talked about this before, especially with women. Women tend to think that these men are going to know everything there is to know about their bodies, and you're stepping into these relationships with somebody that does not have the same tools as us. So your expectation, because you have been indoctrinated to believe this expectation, is wrong, is false, is not even in the ballpark. And now you've put all your eggs in one basket, and he does things his way, doesn't really care about if you're pleased or not. You don't even know if you're pleased or not because you simply don't know. You've not.
You don't know you and he don't know him. Let's be real. Let's be clear.
Not only does he not know him, but he don't know you.
So
Yep.
therefore, why are you expecting him to be able to do something that you don't even know you want done?
Exactly.
Or
So
you
you
don't know you even like or have a affinity for? It's a lot. It's everybody. This is not a sex or gender thing. This is across the fucking board.
right.
Exactly. But that's why I always tell people, and I know I missed most of what y'all said, but just to piggyback off what I heard, that's why I always tell my clients, you have to know you. It's about self, knowing self, whether it be sexually, mentally, emotionally. all of that is about knowing who you are. You can't fix or heal or have great sex or do any of that if you don't know what you are, who you are, what you like. I figure out new shit every time I have sex. God damn
Wait,
it.
every time I touch myself, I'm like, oh, hold on.
I didn't
I
know I
am
liked.
almost 40 years old and I'm still learning my body because some things feel good now, but they might not feel good later. There are
Oh my
positions that
God.
there are positions that because I was 380 pounds, they were uncomfortable to me. I'm 240 pounds now, baby. Bend
Baby,
me up like a motherfucking pretzel. Okay?
yes. I totally
I'm just
understand.
saying.
When you're bigger, because I was there once, it's completely different after you lose that. And it's like, oh, wait, I can do this and I can do that now. Or it's like you liked it because you didn't know that anything else existed.
And a lot of things that people, when we're talking about, I think too, the other part of this is the tie. Like you feel like you're bound
To
to
that person.
that person.
Because you think they have something you need.
They either have, or maybe at one point, in my case, we did have a great
It
run.
it's
A,
about
a great run.
it's about wanting back, to me. I'm not gonna say it is, but from a lot of people and from conversations I've had, it's about wanting what you once had and thinking that you could have it again.
Right. I can
Because we are
That,
ever evolving, thus there it
and I
doesn't
was gonna say that, but what
change
you
is the
had
only
before,
constant. Change is the
yeah,
only
what you had before might not ever exist again because you all have both changed, whether it be for better or worse. You all have changed and evolved as people. You're older than you were when you all first got together. You think life has changed. Maybe there's kids involved now. Maybe somebody's parent died. Life is ever changing every day, and
and
who people are not who they were the day before.
absolutely.
or when you met someone.
Oh
People
my
Yeah,
Some people grow, evolve. Some people don't want to do that. They stay stagnant. They like being in that stagnant space. They like
whew,
being
there's
they're
still
in their comfort zone. They're in their comfort zone.
they're
Even
still
though you
evolving.
might, but
I
you
don't think
might.
we have a choice but to evolve. That's the natural
No,
state of
I've
life.
seen
mm-mm,
people.
Whether you
mm-mm,
mature is something different.
No,
You
mm-mm.
evolve
I
into
agree
whatever
with
you
JewCee.
I and I'm not saying that you're not. There's no right or wrong for this one, but I do see people that there's a lot of people that get stuck. I call it a time warp. Okay,
okay,
there's
I'll take that one.
yeah, they're stuck
I'll
at
take that.
like sometimes maybe they're stuck at a certain point in their life and they've either their ambition, let's just say the person that stays at their job for 30, 40 years. I'm still a mail clerk 30 and 40 years ago. Now they may be happy at that, they may be content at it, but they may be content because they're afraid to take that next step and be, you know, head mail person or whatever the case may be. Own the post
Oh.
office. They're. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to be in my little square right
And
here.
that's definitely where I think a lot of times that happens because I know that's why my divorce happened. He said I was too ambitious and he was content with our lives the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't content with the way we were. I didn't want what I always call them the hood glories. You know, he wanted a specific car no matter what year it was. He wanted it on rims. He wanted a car, like the stuff that you think you want, that materialistic stuff you think you want that makes you look like you have status.
But you really
I
don't.
wasn't content with that. I wanted to evolve. I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to have not necessarily status, but my definition of success. and my ex-husband was content where we were, and that's why we got a divorce. Like, we grew apart. We didn't grow together. We grew apart. We both changed or didn't change in a way where it grew us together to evolve together. We evolved apart.
And there's a lot of relationships, and those are a lot of the folks that I have dealt with. They've either grown apart, or they're sedentary.
Mm-hmm.
Their relationship is basically stale. They've become couch potatoes. They don't do the things that they did to catch the other person. They let themselves go, physically, mentally, emotionally. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not taking care of their homes. They're not taking care of a lot of things. And you get comfortable. And I think a lot of times, and I understood that, because being a product of the 60s, women got married, have kids. We didn't have a life. What do you do after your kids leave and your husband? What happens if your husband dies and he's the one that's taking care of all the bills, and all you know how to do is clean house? Your
That's
kids
why I don't
grow
like cleaning the house now.
your children grow up and leave home. What she said?
That's why I don't like cleaning the damn house now.
My girl.
But this is what we were raised to do. Have your 2.2 children, however that happens. But
Well,
we weren't.
I commend you, products of the 60s, for raising us products of the 80s to not be that way. Because, baby.
But I'm just saying, you can get stuck in a rut in your relationship. You can get stuck in a rut for your own personal life, your own self. You can not. Maybe you don't have anyone in your corner going, "Let's go, come on, let's keep it moving. Let's try something new." I know all of us have friends that complain about the same stuff over and over and over again.
It won't let me hang it up.
It's okay. It sounds like a blender.
No, it don't. It don't sound like no blender.
Or a vibrator.
Yep, absolutely. It sounds just like a vibrator. I'm sitting there like, oh, okay, hey, I ain't mad.
It was my phone, nasty.
I know. I'm just saying what it sounded like. I know what it was.
I'm not so sure.
I'll do that right now. What?
But a lot of people do that. They get into ruts and they don't know how to get out of them. And I think sometimes staying in a bad relationship, that's the same thing. That's like a rut. You don't know how to get out of it. Don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Don't want to hurt your own feelings. Don't know what I'm going to do for a house if he's paying for the house. Don't know what I'm going to do for a job if I'm not working and I'm letting somebody else support me. So you stick and you stay. You have children. I'm not leaving because they need their father, or I'm not leaving because they need their mother. There's a lot of reasons why people stick and stay in relationships that they're not happy in. They're just content, or they're just existing. So there's a lot to this about trying to, because at one point, maybe they were very much committed to each other and very much caring about each other. And that caring part might still be there, but the commitment part may have left the window a long time ago. And how do you get that back? And I don't know that you can, unless you're going to change how you do things in your relationship.
Correct.
So when we're talking about you gave us basically like 3 examples of ways, or three suggestions for people to.
Yes. Suggestions. These are pure suggestions, people.
Oh, and the last one. Oh, I'm sorry, because we didn't do the last one. We did the first. We didn't do the last one. The last one you said is, in essence, cut them off.
Cut them off.
I
had somebody do that to me recently, though. That's crazy. That's how I came up with that one.
Can I be?
So
If I'm honest with you, my cutoff game is savage. I'm
mine isn't. And that's the
when
problem.
you
That's why that one was so hard for me to learn, because I don't like for nobody to hate me. And I end up keeping a lot of my soul ties or connections because I want to be friends afterwards. Okay, we had a breakup. We weren't meant to be together, but we can still be friends. I'm that girl because my sappy, emotional Scorpio ass wants everybody to love and like me. I don't know why.
yeah, and I'm
I wish
like once
she would stop.
once
I wish
we
I wish she would sit down somewhere with that.
yeah.
But I've stayed friends with people, and in that's how I had to learn to no longer engage with them physically, because me wanting to just purely be friends turned into me being manipulated for them to get what they wanted out of me. And sometimes that was physical. So I ended up in this constant cycle of being people's secret, people's sneaky link, people's side piece, and nobody making me their wife, but telling me constantly, oh, you're going to make a man a wonderful wife one day, a wonderful relationship. You're such a great woman. But yet none of them were wifing me up.
They said exactly what they meant though.
They did.
They said exactly
And it took me a long time to learn that, though. It took me a long time to learn that. And I'm able to admit that at almost 40, that because of those soul ties or connections that I had that I was afraid to let go of.
because you felt you needed something from them.
And that kept me from meeting the men of my dreams, because I still have all these guys and women around, lurking around, that I've had past relationships with that still are my friends.
Mm,
You can't build new relationships when you got old exes lurking around.
yeah. As far I don't know. I guess for me, as far as the cutoff part, I don't know. Once I'm done, I'm done. You don't exist anymore. I don't care if you like me or not. You don't exist. And I don't know how I got that way. It's just
I'm kind of a little bit of both of you. So I if you've hurt me, like my two ex-husbands, oh, I have a saying. If you needed one drop of my pee to live and I had to go really, really bad,
I'm holding it.
I'm a piss over here.
that's real savage right there.
That
I'm like that with my daughter's father and my son's father. Those two, I wouldn't even pee on them to put them out, put a fire out on them.
just need one drop. I'm not doing it. So if you're and then there's other ones when I think it's when it's just people that we've just grown apart. I can still be cordial. I can still be friends if necessary.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
but eventually it's to the point where it's kind of and what I call it residue. That's that's my term, residue. When there's kind of that lingering, kind of like a soap film, and
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to get it off of you, but it's still got a little film on there, a little residue. And so it takes a little longer to get that residue off because there's really not a big reason of why you're not together anymore. It's more like it's going to come off eventually. The residue is going to go away. If I keep washing it and keep rinsing it off and keep rinsing it off, the residue is going to be gone. And that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of how I look at some of, one of my relationships in particular. I had to get past the residue. It wasn't that I don't care about the person. I can care about the person. I can care about the person from afar. I don't wish anything bad on that person. I want that person to be successful. But by the same token, I've evolved. I've changed. I've got a different path that I want to take. And sometimes you have to leave some people behind in order to move forward. And it's hard,
I completely agree.
especially when when you're still friends or you still care, but the care it's changed. It's changed. But a lot of people, it's okay to care about people that you used to be involved with, because at one point, I guess, and I understand. Believe you me, I got a baby daddy sometimes, but I don't call him that. He's the father of my child. We were husband and wife. This is his child, and I'm not going to call him a baby daddy because that's disrespectful to me. I don't like that. I just call him her father. Sometimes I do call him the sperm donor, sometimes. But, other than that, it's really about how do I want to leave this earth? We've not talked about too much, but one of the things I'm thinking of today, because today would be my dad's birthday. He's a Leo, and today would have been his day. And I always think about, I don't think about the day you're born and the day you die anymore. I think about that dash. I think about that dash in between. What did you do with your life in between the day that you were born and the day that you die? What have you done with yourself? What have you done to uplift or to empower? Are you always bashing people? Are you super duper good, great to people? Those kinds of things run across my mind because I want my dash to mean something. So I try to be careful and not say this stuff like that you can hear other people saying, because I feel like it doesn't sound good. I feel like when you say my baby daddy, that you wasn't calling him that when you was laying in the bed with him making the baby.
I feel like whatever you give power to, you give power to. But I do understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. So it's just really important that you do know what you're saying, because Siren can tell you your words are
Your spells. It's
and they're
called
out
spelling for a reason.
And they're out there. And they're out there.
They are definitely out there.
Be careful what you wish for.
Exactly. Asking, you shall receive, whether you like it or not.
And be specific.
But even when you're not specific is the problem. So one of my friends, he's my best friend's husband. He said he asked God for a break. He ended up with a break, all right. He ended up in the hospital for 2 months. And all he asked for was some downtime off work for 2 months. He wasn't specific enough.
Or maybe he didn't take the action he was supposed to take in the first place, and it caused that to happen, to make him do it.
But it did put him in a position in a different opportunity that was better for his life as well. So, like, sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways.
So that's a situation of he asked for something, didn't know how he was going to get it and how he got it. He thought it was bad, but it really wasn't.
It wasn't. It ended up being the best thing for him in the end. But while he was in the midst of it, like most of us, while we're in the midst of it, we don't know why we're going through what we're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like with me when I was young, losing both parents. People would think, at 16 you lose your dad, at 17 you lose your mom. Everybody wanted to have a pity party for me. Why? My parents laid a solid foundation. My parents did the damn thing. I'm not going to dishonor them by, breaking apart like you all are. I'm not going to do that, because that's not who they raised.
And it's not who you were at all.
No. Well, and I'll tell you, a lot of people looked at me, and they still do. A lot of people mistake my kindness for a weakness, and I learned a long time ago my kindness is my strength. And cross me if you want to, because I'm not
I'm
here.
gonna say this: do not cross a Pisces. They might come across as sugar and spice and everything nice.
No, they're not. Why do y'all say that?
Wait,
No, they're not.
hold on, time out. I'm not done. As well as they're in the stars and the fantasies and all the wow, la 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 la. But when they actually come to their damn senses,
Ooh.
They are demons. They are the spawns of hell. Okay.
when they come to their
Really?
senses, when they
I'm,
come
I'm
to their
right here.
and they're not,
I'm not referring to you, sweetheart. I know you can be the devil's child himself, but that's not even in reference to you. It's in reference to every other Pisces I know. They are the spawns of hell.
Thank you.
That's because people
if you
we
like
try
people,
to be
you do.
nice.
No, if you like them and they're in your good graces and you have a love for them, you kind of like you feel stuck with them. But once you get to the point where you are done with them,
First of all, y'all be talking about water signs and y'all think that Scorpio is the worst of the water signs. No, it's them damn Pisces. Y'all talk a lot of shit in the zodiac about crazy ass Scorpios and how demonic we are. Them Pisces though,
I'm
them
sorry,
Pisces
I don't
though.
know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can quite go with you.
Nope. I know several Pisces.
Because see,
Several roles.
this is the reason why I say this. Is because the Pisces, you're gonna know that hell is about to break loose. They're gonna give you a warning.
Pretty
Y'all
much.
We do get warning.
Hold on, I raised the whole Scorpio. Y'all
We
not get
do.
a fucking warning.
Yes, we do.
What's
Y'all
the
just
warning?
don't see it because it's
What's
a
the
passive warning.
What's the
It's
warning?
a passive warning.
See, the passive aggressive shit don't work. That's bullshit. That's toxic. Y'all do
We
not.
do simple stuff to warn y'all.
But at
We
least
quiet with our warnings, but we do warn y'all.
But at
Y'all
least
just don't want to see it.
that Pisces gonna give you fair warning.
No. You don't get a warning. They snap.
No,
I'm sorry. I feel like you get a warning. You get a warning with Pisces.
I will tell you what
They show you.
Pisces will say X, Y, and Z very nicely, very calmly. For example, I do not like liars. Okay? If you feel like you a grown person and you need to lie, you need to check your grown card in somewhere because grown people don't lie. I need y'all not to, So if I say that and then you lie to me, yeah, it's not going to end well for you.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the same with a Scorpio. We'll tell you exactly how not to piss us off. If you choose to do so anyway, you were warned. And it takes a long time. We give multiple chances. Multiple. She don't give no chances. Scorpios, we give chance after chance after chance after chance. Because like I said, we want everybody to freaking love us.
You get strike 1, you get to come back. But after strike 2, you done. We don't need strike 3.
Because we already have a bad rep because we got a stinger, we want everybody to love us.
Yeah. Anyway, I love you. Love you.
I know you do. I love you too.
I love you
So
too.
let's get back on topic here because we went up on the zodiac. Anyway,
I can go everywhere.
We got on the zodiac.
But in regards to the breaking, so those are the 3 things. What are some things that you feel? What are some other things that you came up with for this topic?
I came up with a lot of stuff, and one of them was one we already said when we said the conversation. But if you can't have a personal conversation, write it down. Mm-hmm. Have a conversation with yourself. Write it down. Learn how to be not self-reliant, because that's not even what I'm thinking. How to entertain yourself. Because part of breaking those ties is that you're used to having somebody else to do stuff with. Learn how to do things on your own. Re-find out what it is that you like to do. If there were things in that relationship or situationship that you gave up because they weren't things that your partner liked to do, go do them yourself. Take that time to get back to who you are. Find a hobby is another thing. Find a hobby. That'll distract you from wanting to pick up the phone to call them. Read a book. No, I'm just playing. But
I'm gonna do that too. Shoot, what?
but it helps. It helps.
I know one thing that I do is when I'm in my healing process time, I will say to myself, as soon as if I want to pick up the phone, or I want to call, I want to write, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to reach out, I just let go, let God. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds lame, it sounds cliche.
No.
But that's what I have to let go, let God. Because
yeah. I ain't got there yet. I ain't got there yet. I ain't letting go and letting God nothing yet.
When folks, when we say we're done with something, or we say that we're going to turn it over to God, what we tend to do is just say we turning it over to God, and then we snatch it back and try to do whatever it is we wanted God to do. We try to do it on our own, and once again, it doesn't work.
That is true.
And whatever your entity is, whatever it is that you believe in, whatever it is that your higher power is, we want to take it back. And it's like, let your higher power do their thing. They're going to do their thing in their time. But we want to snatch it back. And sometimes we're not too good. We wasn't good at it the first time, but yet still we want to go get it and try to do it again. And a lot of times that doesn't work either. So that's why I say my part of it, what I say is let go and let God. When I feel like, okay, I got to call him, or I got to call her. You know what?
And my thing is to get busy. If I don't stay busy, I'm looking at my phone and looking at the fact that it's dry and ain't nobody texting me and calling me and communicating with me. I have to stay busy so that I don't pay attention to the fact that my phone's not ringing no more.
I think it's a good thing I don't like people, because I'm good if my phone don't ring.
You know, I think though for me that has to do with more so I had to do some healing and trauma on being by myself, not necessarily in and out of a relationship, but in general. Because when I went through my depression and I found out that I didn't quote unquote have anybody, it was hard for me to figure out how to be alone because I didn't know who to talk to. I wasn't into the whole journaling thing. Like, I wanted to verbally talk everything out. Once I got a therapist and learned how to journal, that fixed itself. Now, so once I got to that part, it was matter of just staying busy, because when I'm busy, if I have a play to read or like to learn, or if I'm working at the salon or I'm keeping busy with projects, I don't think about my phone. If I'm not busy, after about an hour or two, I'm like, well, damn, don't nobody even like me enough to call me and talk to me. But when I'm busy, everybody wants to call and talk to me. So it's a matter of just me staying busy and staying focused so that I don't think about it.
I think the key thing that we've been talking about, one of the things that people really need to understand when you are breaking those ties, is giving yourself a chance to heal. And I don't think a lot of people do that. They
No.
they don't, and I don't think they know how to
We're not taught how to. We're, especially as women, we're taught that we are supposed to be in a relationship taking care of a man and children.
Till death do us part.
And if we are not doing that, it is something wrong with us. I think that is one of the worst. I think that is why a lot of women really go through hard core trauma and soul tie bond breaking when it comes to breakups, because if we not by a certain age, if we not married, had kids, and did all of the things that we supposed to do as women, there's something wrong with us. Single women in their mid 30s, early 40s, they're looked at as there's something wrong.
I can, I can agree. I mean, it's not the right thought process. And oh Lord,
No, it's not.
Totally wrong.
And don't let you be divorced twice. Hi.
Yeah, they like to blame divorce on us too. That's the crazy part.
So don't, well, what was wrong with you? Nothing. My first husband cheated on me, and my second husband beat my ass. I was supposed to say,
And you know who's a good example of people always blaming the woman? Halle Berry.
oh yeah.
They blame her all the time. See, she couldn't even keep this type of man. What's wrong with her? Why's it got to be her? Well, the common denominator, no, that it just could not have been the right relationship. How about that?
And she had a lot of trauma going on within
She did.
within herself, with her own self.
Yeah, and everybody's acting like they know what the heck went on in their relationship. You don't know. Stop judging these people and stop acting like you know something. Because if you
Because trust me, when it comes to celebrities,
with you, you don't know what the heck is going on.
Right.
Yep, but I was about to say, when it comes to some celebrity relationships, I look at some of them relationships and like, they worked. Like, because you don't really know these people for real.
That part.
You know what they want you to see. So as a fan of a lot of people, I'd be like, they worked? Okay, I'm with it. But they didn't work. Oh my God, they look so perfect. You know what I'm saying? You can't always go off that.
Looks can be deceiving.
Right.
Shoot, though, I've learned the more people put they presence together out for the world to see, the worse off their relationship is.
And just because something works for somebody,
what you covering up?
And just because something works for one relationship does not mean it's gonna work for another.
Yep.
So you might see them and they together, and you like, oh my God, I want their relationship. And then when you actually see what bag is going on there, or find out what's going on in the relationship, you're like, what? Stop trying to make everybody else your shit. You need to know what you want, what you like, so that you know how to deal with somebody else.
Exactly. And like I said, the biggest part to healing is learning who and what you are.
Yep.
The sooner you learn yourself, the faster you can heal and break those ties and break those bonds, because you have a bond with self. That's the main goal in all of this, is to create that bond within yourself.
And I would add to this, just off of the top of my head, I was just thinking, know your triggers too.
That's a good one.
Know your triggers. Know what is going to trigger you to be in a poor relationship or repeat something that you've done in the past again. If it's going back to somebody, if it's going back to another person that has the same traits as a person that you left alone, know what your triggers are. Know what makes you either attracted to someone or a certain type of person, because we all have a type. We all have a type. Now, what that type was for me when I was in my 20s may not be what that type is for me when I'm in my 30s or 40s. Your type can change, but know what your triggers are. Know that if you're easily reeled back into something? Is it something that they're saying to you? Is it something that they're doing? Are they charming, the panties off of you, but you're getting the
Yes.
same result? Are they always taking you out they're getting you lavish gifts? Purple Rain talked about love languages. Go back and look at those. Sometimes they know your love language, and that's it. They don't know much else about you. So know what your triggers are too. Discover what they are, because that helped me as well, figuring out what my trigger was. Well, guys, this was a great topic.
Thank you.
Yes,
I try.
very good.
Very interesting. We hope that we've helped somebody out there that, you can look at the show at any time on all of our different platforms. And maybe you'll get some tips from this one that will help you break those sexual soul ties that you might have with someone that you are trying to go, hey, look, it's been nice. Bye-bye.
It's been fun, but
Don't exist.
It's, you have to look at it from everyone. We have Siren over here that will cut you off in a heartbeat. We have Miss Purple Rain that might take her a little longer, and then we have myself that I could go either way, take a little longer or cut you off right away. So, but everybody's dynamic and everybody is a little bit different. Don't be so hard on yourself when you're not doing what everybody else would be doing. Learn to love yourself. Learn to love who you are and how you handle things, and learn from your mistakes. That's really, really a key point in making you grow as a person, and know what you like and what you don't like, know what you will tolerate, know what you won't tolerate. Journal, writing things down, excellent way. I've been journaling since I lost my parents, so that's how long I've been journaling. And the way that I do it, I don't go back and read it. I just write it down, get it out, and keep moving. And I can always tell when I'm like this, I need to journal, start getting it out, and then a little wine, a little weed don't hurt either. But there's that thing. Mine's in my purse. I'm gonna get it in a minute. So, ladies, what do you all have planned for the week? We are in the box with this one. We're good. So, Miss Siren, what you got going on for the week?
I am participating in a 48-hour film challenge this weekend, and I'm super freaking excited about it, and also a little nervous because I've never done it. So in essence, we have 48 hours to write, film, edit, complete a whole entire project. Well, it's really like a 10-minute film or less, whatever. And then turn it in 48 hours. And I get to be first AD on this one. So I'm kind of like excited.
Okay. Well, you go. Keep us abreast so we'll know. We'll know.
Definitely.
Miss Purple Rain.
I am studying a script for a play that I'm in November. So I'm trying to get off book for my first 2 scenes, and I'm actually the lead role.
Okay.
So I'm a little nervous.
You gotta get it, superstar Purple Rain.
And I gotta sing a little bit. I gotta act a little bit. So it's a lot, and it's my first time back on the stage in almost 20 years. So I'm here for it. I'm trying to do some things different now that I'm going into 40, and this was something that was on my bucket list, and I'm ready to kill it. Like I said, it's in November, so I have a little bit of time, but I don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm trying to get off book for my first 2 scenes. I'm about this weekend at our next rehearsal will be 3 weeks with the script. So I'm trying to get there.
You
Good job.
are going to do great. Hello, Phoenix Rising. Hello, Lorenzo.
Thank you.
Hello,
You said this
Zip.
is in November?
November.
It's in November.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Well, Miss JewCee will be at He Loves Curves on Thursday, set up there from 1 to 8 on Wilson Mills Road in Cleveland or Richmond area up there. So I'm going to be He Loves Curves. I'll be vending. They're having a pop-up shop for that day from 1 to 8. And tomorrow, also once again, celebrating my father is, can you believe it, guys? Football season! I'm going to the Browns training camp tomorrow. Yes!
Okay.
I will be sitting
Okay, I see you.
my boys.
Are you ready for some football?
Are you ready, boy? We get to next Monday night. We get to get scores already. Yay! Yay! Same game will be going down in Canton, Ohio, and the Cleveland Browns are playing in the Hall of Fame game for the first time in I don't know how many years. So this will be exciting as they induct Joe Thomas from the Cleveland Browns into the Hall of Fame. So Cleveland is rocking about football this
That's
week.
a big one.
It's huge. It's going to get the yellow jackets. Very exciting for the city of Cleveland and for him. He doesn't here in Cleveland, so very happy for him. We watched. They make the bus for him and the whole 9 yards, taking us all on the whole experience. So it's been really, really cool to see. So yeah, but we got these football now, so we are definitely going to be talking football next Monday night. So.
I can't wait.
We got to beat Lorenzo, though. We got to beat Lorenzo to the scores a lot faster.
Yeah, well,
Okay, so
see,
I'll come
I'm
on.
super excited because I did go to training camp the other day for the Colts, and that was super, super exciting for me.
I should have.
I got to see our new little rookie quarterback in action. I got to see our new kicker in action. It was nice. So I'm excited that you get to go to training camp tomorrow. That's going to be an awesome experience.
I am very excited. I have out of the 8 training camps, I have 6 tickets, or 6. I'll be at 6 out of the 8 training camps. So I tried to get Sundays, but I didn't get those. Training camp tickets went crazy. They went crazy fast. And looking forward to the season for the Browns. Hoping to put it together this year. Deshaun's looking great. Very excited about seeing that at the helm without all the bullshit hanging over him this season. So that'll be nice. Oh, this season they decided to talk about he's got a beautiful girlfriend. He's had a beautiful girlfriend for 4 years. But anyway, it's going to be a great season, I hope, here in Cleveland, and get to kick it off tomorrow. So pretty excited about that. And that's about it. Just telling everybody, get your tickets for EEE. Get them. Make sure you're in the house.
Get them while they last. They're going hot.
Yep. And we have a special surprise for everybody tomorrow. So make sure you stick it to that and you find out something exciting about tickets for this event. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies, as always, a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us again, everybody. We want great week. Remember to enjoy enlightenment and eroticism. I am Ms. JewCee for my melanated queen, Siren, and Purple Rain. You all have a wonderful week and night. And remember to enjoy enlightenment.